I went looking for a woman whose name rang long after she left the stage. I found her sitting by a forge, wiping soot from her hands. "What do we give to be remembered?" I asked. She laughed. "You think this is about giving? Child, sit down. Let me tell you about the fire first. Before the giving, there is a remembering. Before the offering, there is a returning. Before a woman opens her hands to the world, first she opens to herself. We were called water, set to pour till the cup forget it has a bottom. Its strength, its silence, its grace," they said. "I have been the woman who claps with cracked palms, who gives a light away and still feels guilty for the dark." There is a kind of giving that is not generosity. It's licking, and I am done licking. If the systems are half-baked, we do not wait for them to cook. We go to the forge even when safety is a luxury. We build standards anyway. The woman at the forge picked up her hammer, leaned close and whispered, "Did you know that the fire will test the quality of your work? Now, let's find out what you are made of. Welcome to the forge, where what is raw gets made strong. It's you becoming a weapon against mediocrity. The forge is where a woman learns to hold her shape under fire so she can hold the world. How do we not shape-shift and go chameleon when the world sneezes? Where is your ground when life shakes you? When economies buckle and relationships crack? When the body you trusted starts speaking a different language, what keeps your feet in the earth? Because a woman without roots is a woman the wind decides for. So you strip. Our mothers strip in the streets, and the streets remembered. They bared their bodies before parliament and police lines to change nations. But there is another stripping the streets cannot do for you. No camera, no crowd, no chanting. Just a woman performing for no one. They strip to say you will not erase us. I strip to say I will not erase myself. So I step into the forge. First, I strip what isn't me. You cannot forge what you have not uncovered. I begin where truth lives, in the courage to look. I spot the mask on my face right now. Good girl, strong one, peacemaker. The yes my mouth said when my body screamed no. I find the address of my old patterns. The throat, tight like a door that wouldn't open. The chest, heavy with the fear of being called too much. The beautiful addictions running me like a prayer. If I am easy, I will be loved. If I am quiet, I will be safe. If I am useful, I will not be abandoned. See, conditioning is not a hallelujah. It is a contract signed in childhood, inked with survivor. And today, I am done honoring a contract I never agreed to. I turn inward, meet the crack at the foundation. This is where the leaking stops. Good, she said, turning the iron. Now, name what's left. That's yours. 2, I name what is. If I take away the mask and do not name my core, I stay exposed but undefined, bound to the mercy of whoever defines me first. So I stand in the mirror, not as a judge, but as a witness to my own unfolding. I name the pattern before it names me. I catch the heat before it takes the wheel. I map the meanings in the marks on my palm and the scars on my back. I study to show myself approved, like a scientist studies the weather, not to shame the storm, but to learn when it's coming, so I can stand in the high and win. Then I write a new law, a standard my heart can live out loud. I no longer trade truth for belonging. I no longer trade rest for approval. I no longer shrink or give from fractures. When pressure rises, I do not disappear, I interrupt. I breathe. I choose. I act. I return to keep the promises I made to heaven, myself, and man. No, I don't have it all figured out, but I know the way home, where peace, truth, and strength remain resident when everything outside is shaking. Here I write a new language into law saying, Only what survives the standard will stand. The woman turned the iron in the coals and faced me. Writing is not the test, she said. Living it is. Show me. 3, I claim it under pressure. Who are you when everything in you is screaming enough? When the deadlines moved twice and your body hasn't slept? When the people you carry don't know they are heavy? When every room wants a piece of you and no one asks what's left? This is where what you are made of speaks. You see, I'm often tempted to call one moment enough, the gathering, the tears, and I'm big on insights. But breakthrough is not in the hearing. It is in the small daily choices that nobody claps for. How do you hold a forged standard when the fire is not a metaphor but a heartbreaking call at 11 p.m., a guilt trip from your bestie, the old pull to betray yourself and call it love, or a body that is tired of being brave? I hold the law not with perfection but with practice. Paper is patient, life is not. So writing it down is easy. Showing up daily is the test. Here, the standard meets the fire. But this time, I am in the forge. I do not disappear. I do not leak or roll my peers in model spaces. Let the record show I was here. I chose, and the sky does not fall when I raise my head. I do not package my failure or turn the stumble into a sermon. I do not post the lessons before I've lived it. I repair, returning like the righteous who fall 7 times. Because the brave thing done later is better than never done at all. This is how a woman knows her life lives proofs, not a highlight reel. A life you can walk through and see what shifted. A standard I held when pressure said bend. With a forged core and steady hands, she builds legacy. She nodded slowly. That, she said, is a woman I would recommend. A woman I would refer, and the world will remember. They said give to gain, but not all giving comes from owners. Many give until the giving becomes their grave. If you give from fracture, you gain nothing. If you give from a self you haven't named, you are handling out pieces of a woman who was never assembled, and we cannot refer that one. So I will not give to gain. I will forge first, and then I will give from the overflow, and what I gain will be worth having, because what I gave was all. Know that what is made all in a forged woman does not end with her. Her children inherit her fire, not her wounds. She strips the mask. She names her call. She claims it under pressure. She stays in the forge. The woman at the forge sets down her hammer. She looks at me the way a woman who has survived her own fire can look at you. Now, she said, go give. You are ready.